Hello, and welcome to Live at 525. I'm Mike Cohen. I'll be your host tonight. And tonight we're going to be talking about a festival coming up called the Congo Luzingu Festival. And it's a festival and it celebrates Congolese independence. And we're joined by two guests tonight. I'm going to let them introduce themselves in just a second, but I just want to remind everyone at home that this is a live call-in show. So if you'd like to call in, if you have some questions for our guests, you can reach us at 802-862-3966. And with that, I'll welcome our two guests, and I'll let you introduce yourselves.
My name is Goma Mabika. I go by Mabika. I am a PhD student at UVM. This is my fourth year. I'm in the Educational Leadership and Policy Studies program. And in the community, I am a community leader in the Congolese community.
Great.
Yeah, thank you. I'm Daniel Ngan. I'm living in the U.S. like 14 years already, and I'm a graphic designer, freelancer, and also work in Magic Hat. And Vermont people know Magic Hat, I guess. Yeah, I think that's all.
Great.
And we all time bring our contribution to make our community more organized. Because one thing we found out in America is people who coming from a more organized community made a better integration. That's what we're fighting for.
Great. Yeah. Great. Well, thank you for joining us. And I know we'll talk about the festival in a few minutes, but yeah, if you want to talk about a little bit about where you're from first, because I think a lot of people hear Congo, and I know there are two countries that have Congo in their names, and sometimes people get confused. So why don't you talk a little bit about Congo Brazzaville, where you're from, and
Right. That's true. A lot of people don't know here that there are two countries called Congo. One is the Democratic Republic of Congo, which is in the east and south part of Congo Brazzaville, and the other one is Republic of Congo. That's where we are from. So Republic of Congo is limited in the south by Angola, and southeast by DR Congo, and we have in the north we have Central African Republic and Cameroon, and in the in the west we have Gabon. So in terms of size, the Republic of Congo is maybe combined Maine and Vermont. Yeah, and in
New Hampshire?
New Hampshire.
No. Oh, maybe New Hampshire.
Yeah, it's
Maine is too far, I guess.
relatively small in comparison to DR Congo.
Right.
And we are now around 4 million population. We don't have the recent statistics, but relatively, and maybe Daniel can say something more about the country.
Well, unless you have more question about Congo,
well, I
but
don't know if there's anything you wanted people to know just about your home country, because again, I think people, they may not know of Congo, and anything you wanted to say about it before.
Yes, just be specific about two countries, same name. We are DRC and Congo. We are same people. We are same people, but we our limitation. The new map we got after colony or colonization. That map we got is not a map we decided with population. It's a map people decided somewhere else. In Germany after war, and the new map appeared, and we receive it like new countries like that. But when they made the maps, they didn't take in account people. They just divided like this, but uncle is over side and niece stayed over side, and time after time we take use with a new state, with a new country. But the way we were before, all that was a kingdom of Congo, and DRC and Congo, and Angola was a Congo kingdom. So the map was different,
Right.
and we were together and the same people. That's why the same name is overside, and here we are limited by the river Congo. Yeah, that's it.
And you will notice that there are a lot of tribes from the two countries that have the same name.
Same
We have
tribes.
Bembe in Congo Brazzaville. We have Bembe in DR Congo, called also Congo Kinshasa. We speak a lot of similar languages, like Kikongo, which is also
Lingala.
called Chituba in our country, and Lingala. And we share a lot of values and in terms of food, dance, music,
Same culture,
art.
same,
Yeah. And even in Vermont here,
Yeah.
you can't really tell the difference between who is from which Congo. And we are the same people even here. Yeah. So.
And I should have mentioned, so it was a French colony, correct? Where you're from, and so I guess most, if not everyone, still speaks French to this day. I mean, is that kind of the common? Because you do have your own languages, right? The different ethnic groups, but do most people still communicate in French, or?
So let's be a little bit clear. DR was colonized by Belgium.
The Belgians, right?
And we were colonized by French. But from my own experience, I started speaking French only when I started going to school. I was 6 years old.
Okay.
Yeah. But home, I spoke Dondo.
Okay.
But French is the official language.
Right.
So if you go to different administration, to the court, anywhere, so that's the language that is used. But other than that, we have two national languages that everybody is supposed to speak. That's Kituba and Lingala. And we have around 50 dialects that are spoken throughout the country. So like I can speak more than 7 languages, you know, depending on where I went to high school, middle school, university. So, you know, the more you move in different parts of the country, the more you learn languages. So English is my 7th or 8th.
It's pretty amazing, you know, to think of a country so small, but such a diversity in language, and you know, and obviously it's so different here because you know we all speak English. Those of us who were born and raised here, so it's quite different, but very interesting. So tell us a little bit about the community here in Burlington, in Vermont. I think you were telling me before the show it's about 100 people, you think, and so how is that adapting to life here, and you know, how is it easy to kind of keep your traditions and your values, and what's it like living here in the United States?
Yes. Congolese community came from different type of immigration. Some people came as student or as refugees, as some of us got a grant of how do you call it, green card, immigration. So some of them by marriage. So everyone has his reason. But when we come, because we look like and we start being together, but we didn't plan it from Congo. So let's go to America.
Right.
Everyone come, and then when we come, we find a community. Small, and then becoming bigger and bigger, and then we decide, we start thinking about how to organize ourselves, because the most you look organized, the most your integration get better. That's the way people live here. We see in big cities like in Philadelphia or Houston, Texas, we see a big area for Chinese community. we see Jewish community, Vietnamese, and more Italian in Boston. So more organized people is more understood and more they have access to bigger opportunities. But when you are not organized, people, because get some right individually, it's very difficult. But together, it's more easy.
Right.
It's more easy to reach the mayor when we go under the name of community. But if I say I'm Daniel and I want to meet mayor, Daniel, who are you to meet the mayor?
Right.
See, so that, and be organized, it helps America to manage us easier. So so it's helpful for both sides.
Right.
And we and you guys who receive us here, you will understand better our preoccupations, our problems behind organizations. But you cannot go knock by a door. Oh, what's your problem here? What's your problem? No, you go through organization, through community organization, and find out how to better help people. And the majority of people in our community are refugees. Majority. Few of them are students, but the majority is refugee. Okay, what it means? It means our community is weak.
Right.
When you come, when you immigrate as a refugee, you are weak. You have nothing. When you compare to Japanese community who come as resident, they come to invest. They come with money from home. Right. It's different as refugees. So we have more work to do to reach a certain level of life. We have more work to do. Right. We come from home with nothing and expect to find something here. So that's why we have to be organized. Right. We have to work hard. We have to, and we have that consciousness with us. We work with it, and we meet more struggle because of our level of life. When we start as a refugee, then resident, then citizen, we cross more struggle than community who come with money and invest. You see the difference? That's why when we have a chance to celebrate like Independence Day, we remember all this stuff, and we come together, think about our everyday struggle, where we are and where we are going, what's next. So live with more consciousness. Yeah, that's where the importance of this kind of celebrations, Independence Day. It's not just to remember about how we got independence, but it's to remember our everyday struggle and how to fight it, how to get our life better.
Right. It's a way of advocating,
yes,
you know, for your people and making yourselves visible in the community.
Yes.
And I must say that in comparison to other communities, we are relatively small, around 100, including kids and parents. And I must say that even if we're small, we having the sense of, you know, organization and feeling like we belong to a community. I have been here for 3 years, and before I went to Lehigh University, so in Bethlehem. I stayed for 2 years there. For the 2 years, I only met once one Congolese from Congo Brazzaville. It was just in a street, and we talked. It was hard to find food from Congo. Right. It was hard to find someone with whom you can talk Lingala, Kituba, or you know, you can just go and visit, because as Congolese, we don't call someone to say, oh, I'm coming to your house.
Right.
When you feel like you don't have anything to do, you can just walk and then knock at the door and spend a few hours. So I was feeling really lonely. So when I came here in 2012, on the bus, I listened to someone who was speaking French. And we know each other. When it's a French from Cameroon, I'll tell.
Yep.
It's a French from
West
Ivory
Africa.
Coast, I'll tell. So I knew that this French is from Congo. So, and I said, hey, Boni, I spoke in French, in Lingala, how are you? And he said, oh, Boni, so how are you? And I said, oh, I'm from Congo. So, and he told me, in 3 days, there is a party. We celebrate an Independence Day, our Independence Day here in Vermont, so you are invited. So, and I went, I didn't spend anything. I went, the community welcomed me. We had party, food, and everything. And I started feeling like, oh, I really belong to a community. And we are continuing that, you know, that culture of meeting together. We meet a lot, not only during Independence Day, but even when a son or a daughter graduate from high school, we meet, or, you know, many other events that we meet together. I must say that in terms of your question about how to manage to keep culture, there are things that we feel like these are things we need to retain. And there are other things we feel like, oh, to be integrated here, we have something to let go. Like, we need to still be Congolese in a way that, you know, how we love each other, how we visit each other, but also we need to get, you know, some of the culture, like time management. We have a different time management, and that's one we need to be, you know, like, when it's time, because Congolese, we say the Congolese time is when if you have a meeting, except for job, but if you have a meeting, a community meeting, if you say at 6, people will come at 7. So that's a value that we need, like, oh, this is good to, you know, so. There are values that we want to keep, and there are values that also we want to learn from here to move forward.
Great. Well, why don't let's move on to the festival then. Let's talk about, why you're really here. So you guys, you're going to be holding a festival in Contois Auditorium in City Hall, right, on August 15th, from 12 to 3. And why don't you explain the name? It's the Congo Luzingu Festival. So why don't you explain what that means?
So Luzingu is in different Congo language, with K. Congo as a kingdom, as he explained, and we have different sub-languages. So Luzingu means in those languages like Lari, Dondo, and different other languages, it means life. So Congo Luzingu means Congo life. And
The life of Congo.
yeah, the life of Congo. And this is the cultural branch of the Congolese community here. We think about life in Congo. We think about our life in Congo. We think about all the values, and, you know, so that's why we called it life. And the event is part of the activities for the Independence Day. So August 15 is Independence Day, and we have 2 main activities. The first one is the one at Contois Auditorium in the morning on August 15 from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. And that is the cultural part, that is Congo Luzingu. And at
Cultural
night,
show.
yeah,
It's a cultural show.
yeah, cultural.
And this is open to the public, right? And I'm sure you would love everyone, not just from the Congolese community,
Yes.
but
It's
everyone to
open
come and
yeah. And we have the night event where we usually meet to drink, eat, and just celebrate. So that's Congo Luzingu, because through the event, the cultural event, we want to share with people we work together. We want to share with teachers where our kids go to school, doctors that work with us, the wider Vermont community. We want to share who we are in terms of value, and values in terms of food, what do we eat,
Yes.
what are our dances, what are our arts, craft, and
How we dressing it.
how we dress. So we will have different events. So we will have a group called Ngoma za Congo. It's a traditional group in New York from Congo, and they will come and perform traditional dance. And we have another group from our daughters from here, young kids, who will also perform semi-modern tradition, dance. And also we have some scenarios. We're gonna explain, for example, how we celebrate traditional marriage in Congo, and how, for example, we solve problems in the community with leaders and community leaders. How do we solve problems? We call it mbongi. And also poetry. We want to celebrate poetry, so there will be a poem that will be read in English, and different events. So Mr. Daniel can also explain other events. Like we will have sapology. Sapology is a very popular popular exhibition art where people dress really well and show off, and they just work, and it has a very historical value that we may go deeper during the festival to explain what is sapology and what is,
Great. So yeah, tell us maybe a bit. So you said you're going to have food there. Are there certain types of foods that are really synonymous with the Congo, or maybe tell us a little bit more about the foods that are going to be there. Maybe I'm just hungry, so I like that you mentioned food, but what kind of food? Because I say there were a couple types of foods you mentioned on when I was reading the summary about the events. Maybe talk about
the food and drink and dance is essential. It's mostly at night.
Okay.
What we will do at daytime is just few exhibition, few sample. Is not enough for public to eat and be full.
Yeah.
It's just a few sample to show the culture. But if you come in evening, there you have everything for free. For free.
Yeah, and there is no Congolese party unless there is sakasaka as a food. So, like, you can't say I am in a Congolese party at night. For example, we're talking about the night. If there's no sakasaka, that's not Congolese party. If there's no kwanga, manioc, we don't have pictures here, but we will have them. That's not a part. So we have very typical Congolese food that also are shared in a region like DRC, but the way it's cooked may be different. So we will have things like tobambori and bibete, and those are the things that people will explain. And we have a small cookbook that will explain what is inside, how it is cooked, and what are the ingredients, and where is the food from in Congo, because it can be from the south, from the east, from the north.
Great. So yeah, that sounds great. And we should mention too. So there is a Facebook page, right, for the event? Because I want to mention that so that people can find it online.
People can follow us on Facebook, and it's called Congo Brazzaville Community in Vermont. And also there is our Facebook page event where they can sign up to attend the event.
Great. And I know we're just down to a few minutes left, so I don't know if you guys, if you wanted to speak, I know you talked maybe you would speak, were you going to speak French, or were you going to speak a different, one or the other? Yeah, so if you wanted to speak a different language, I know you were talked about that.
Okay, the message, if I speak in French, is my audience will be Congolese community.
Right.
Yeah, just I can speak now?
Yeah, because I would imagine, right?
Ah,
Because
okay.
a lot of the people here in the Congolese community,
Okay.
especially if they're refugees, probably don't
Oui,
speak English, right, or not as well. So
yeah.
yeah, feel free to. I want you to be able to communicate to them. So.
Bonsoir, chers frères, parents de la communauté congolaise. Pour ceux qui nous voient depuis le plateau de la chaîne 17, nous faisons la continuité de la promotion de notre fête que nous sommes en train de préparer. Et puis, pour marquer le sérieux que nous affichons pour que ça tienne, donc ça essaie de nous mettre tous en conscience et en confiance que les choses que nous entreprenons sont sérieuses. Donc, nous sommes en train de nous préparer à ce que la fête ait lieu dans les bonnes conditions. C'est pourquoi on nous a reçus sur ce plateau pour parler de cette fête. Donc, préparez-vous. On a besoin de la contribution de chacun. Donc, merci beaucoup.
Okay, I'm going to speak in Lingala and
Sure.
in Kituba.
That'd be great.
Bien, bandeko, lelo tozo lovela likambo yako ya festival na 15 août le 15. Donc, na lingi bisotu bana mer, bana RDC, bana Gabon, Centrafrique, Côte d'Ivoire, Kenya, Éthiopie, Népal, partout dans le monde, boyaka tout célébrer ilongo toyeba culture na biso. Et je vais parler en Kituba. Muke na kubokila ba frère ya Congo, na ba inke waki Congo ya RDC, na kukuiza na le 15 na la mairie à partir ya 12h ti 15h samna beto solo la mambo ya nanya ya culture beto et puis na nkoki la bet ke vanda na fête na Main Street numéro 1 à partir de 18h ti na Suka. Donc merci beaucoup.
Great. Thank you very much. So yeah, I think we just have about probably a minute or two left. So I don't know if you have any final thoughts, but again, just so this is Saturday, August 15th, 12 to 3 in Contois Auditorium, and then the nighttime celebration. Where
It's
is that?
on Main Street number 1, Main
Okay.
Street.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Great. So that's great. So I don't know if you have any last thoughts or.
Yes, I would like just to thank our sponsors.
Yeah.
We have people and organizations that have supported this event to happen. I would like to mention Vermont Community Foundation, Vermont Folk Life Center. We would like also to thank the Burlington Free Library, Peace and Justice Center, and also the Community Health Center. We also would like to thank media sponsors like CCTV for promoting this event. And we want to thank everybody who has contributed in different ways so that this event happened. And I have a special thank for a friend from Congo who is in the US, Tina Herbert, who has been from the first day to now to just working with us on bringing this event together. So we would like to thank her too.
Great. And I think that's going to have to be the last word, unfortunately, because we are just about out of time. So again, thank you for watching. We certainly hope you can all make it out on the 15th to celebrate what should be a really fun festival. So thank you, too, for joining us. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more programming.